Hello, everyone. My name is Andreas Diaz. Me and Will are back again for another spectacular Marvel Plus talk. Today, we're going to discuss Ant-Man and the Wasp. Will, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I
Yeah.
had a chance to rewatch. Yeah, I am doing very good. Just finished my MBA and all that.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, and then next Sunday is my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so crazy August, and then today I had a chance to rewatch Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I guess from the previous podcast you mentioned how this is your favorite uh, film, right? This
No.
better than the what
Oh,
was your statement?
I
You like
I
the
like
film?
it more than the original, than the first one.
Okay,
I like it a lot. And I had forgotten how much I liked it as I was rewatching it. I watched it last weekend.
mm,
Um, yeah, it's so good. It's
yeah,
just a lot of fun, Like it. I don't know. I like that the stakes are smaller.
that's true.
All of the jokes, there are no jokes that don't land for me. There's some that land better than others, but
Hmm.
usually with a Marvel movie, there's a handful of jokes that just rub me the wrong way. And this one, everything's either okay to I'm
Yeah,
genuinely laughing. So
yeah, yeah. I agreed. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I guess I prefer the first film over this film, but I don't hate it. I think I enjoyed it a bit more this time around
mhm.
because of Scott. I think the the best thing about this film is definitely the daughter, the more thematical themes of the daughter and father relationship with
Mhm.
Scott and Casey, and then Bill Foster and Ghost.
Mhm.
Those are the best thing I like about this film.
Yeah.
So I thought that was working, and then I really still enjoyed like everything that I like about the first film from here. The score is still great from Christopher Beck. Um,
Mhm.
the the cinematography is still the best. I think this is the best way. This is definitely the best integrated CGI in terms of the MCU. It
Mhm.
seems more seamlessly than really Black Panther or Infinity War during this time when it was released in 2018.
Yeah.
Um, I guess my nitpick or my negative to this film is in general the Pym storyline, which we'll get into later on. But that's the part I just not engrossed to it as I
Okay.
think there are. But we'll get into that why. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah. So that's my feeling, and it's supposed to be low stake. I know that. I guess my thing about it, I took this note from this critic, and I actually liked this. He say it's it has it's execution over concept. It's very bland idea that is executed very well, and that's my thing
Yes.
about this film.
Yeah. I agree with that.
No,
Even though I like the movie, yeah,
yeah,
it's the plot of it is very loose, but it's done very well.
yes, yes, I agree. Let's kind of take. I, I I I guess for me these films are plot driven,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of funny they are, but okay. I guess one of the things I think it works well is Scott. I think it's just Scott him as a protagonist I care the most, and I think
Mm-hmm.
everything he does here is really engaging. I love the running joke about the magic trick and
Mm-hmm.
his time during the 2 year arrest and house arrest is
Mm-hmm.
so funny. I just love it, and it's funny now because it's literally what we did for COVID. We just stay in the
Yeah.
house. Just
Yeah.
it's
It's
just too
very similar.
yeah. So I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed Cassie as the daughter. I think
Mm-hmm.
everything with those two really worked this time, and I just like how yes, he's like I appreciate something about this than Hawkeye. I like we spent more time the more family thematics. Like this is the part I like the most. Like I like how the daughter is supporting Scott as a hero, and like she wants her dad to be the hero, which I like. Like the same way how Kamala's parents wanted her to be the hero as well. Like they were like very supportive of that, and I definitely like, especially the boyfriend that like was like the douche boyfriend from the first film. Like I like how he's now supportive of Scott now, and like that worked. And
I love that. Yeah. I mean, even in the first film, like he was like, it was never that he was like,
he wasn't the villain. He
right?
was
like he was only like an adversary because he was like Scott's rival, but he wasn't like bad.
Yeah.
Like yeah. But I really like the way the Ant-Man movies portray like divorce and like co-parenting.
Yes, this is true. This is the rare ones I've seen, and just like in blockbuster films. I mean, like I think I remember like the Jake Gyllenhaal film, The Day After Tomorrow. Like
it's been like over a decade since I've seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, like Dennis Quaid, and then the lady from I mean, she like they're like divorced, like they're separated, and then, like they're in different cities. Like that was like my first instance of divorce. Obviously, if you've seen Kramer versus Kramer, that's like crazy. But yeah, I appreciate how like realistic it is for that, and and those are the parts I care the most about in this film, and like I never get tired of that. Like and then we can get into this like specifically characters. I love John Woo, Adrian Woo. I think I enjoy him more this time around than before. I think it was because now I see him in One Division, and I think I appreciate more the stuff like the card. What he did with One Division is like a great payoff from this. It's like so funny. I really enjoyed this character, and the comedy there just hits me right there. It's just perfect.
Yeah. No, it's
yeah,
and it really feels like he and Paul Rudd like really got to like improv a little bit. Whenever they had scenes together, which is fun.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I heard that he did the magic trick for real. Like that was
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Like that one. I was like, wow.
He knows magic. Yeah.
Oh my god, like that's crazy. I mean, it's impressive. I love it.
Yeah, no, I always love watching people do that.
Yeah, and I like how I guess one thing I appreciate now was the Civil War connection. Like I really appreciate how like this is the first like Phase 3 film that dealt with the aftermath of Civil War, and I like the solution that we got, and of course it was mentioned in Infinity War with I think Natasha like say that she like Scott and Clint, of course Hawkeye, like made a deal for house arrest or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see it here, and like I appreciate the stakes and everything around Scott was like reasonable, and I understood it. So it was pretty good. I guess we'll kind of get into. Do you want to go into the pans? I guess like get into that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts about that? Like, start with you. What do you think about those characters?
I mean, I love them from the comics, so I think mainly I was just like happy that they were like exploring those characters and actually using them, because one of my disappointments with the first movie was that it felt like they were ignoring Janet.
Okay.
Not like
I mean,
you know, like obviously, like they mentioned her and she was like relevant to the plot, but it wasn't like central. And I don't know. To me, Ant-Man is like Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. Like you need those two characters.
yeah.
So I
Mhm.
was just glad that the plot was like focused on the two of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of the stuff with like the quantum realm feels like it's the same thing. Like kind of like an okay concept with a good execution. I think
Yeah.
that really is like a good way of
Explain.
explaining a lot of this movie. But
Yeah. I guess like I mean that is like eternal logic that like hits me too hard in my hands. Like especially towards the end where Jane, like it's literally she's like a superpower being.
yeah, she's just a Deus Ex Machina for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everything that's going on, which is annoying.
Yeah, and I was
but-
like, I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of questions about the quantum realm. Like I don't mind them like like stabbing a joke about them using it constantly. Like
Yeah, I liked that.
yeah, like
I
you know.
They do use quantum like correctly most of the time.
Yeah.
Which is I mean like a lot of movies don't.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. And I mean, I do want to address like, I mean, this is a superhero film. Like every superhero films don't have like great science. So
no, absolutely not.
So I mean, this is fine. Like
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Screen Junkies, like the Honest trailer.
I've seen some of them. I don't know if I've seen the one for this movie, but
yeah, they like did like a commentary, and I did agree with this person. Like, it could have been weird with like a series film, like Interstellar, or 2001: A Space Odyssey, where they just have this one line that is like a meta joke. Like here, it was fine because this is a family superhero film, and so like you know,
it's just pure fun. So it's fine if it's like tongue in cheek about it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I mean, I think I was very disappointed that we didn't get more of Michelle Pfeiffer. Like,
yeah, I'm hoping she's gonna be she's in the third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we'll get more of her from that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm very curious what we're gonna get from that third film. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm apprehensive, I think.
Okay.
They said something about it being like a shift for the franchise, and like I don't know. I just want more Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
I'm worried they're gonna try to make it like darker, which is not the not the tone that I think like Paul Rudd's Ant-Man should take.
Yeah, that's true. I'm willing to let them do it because I mean,
I'll wait till I see it before I like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I guess for me it's because these first two films have been very small. They like they're. I mean, so many people complain how they're just like not applying into the faces.
Yeah, I don't see why that's a complaint.
Like
they don't all have to be world-ending events.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I see it too, but it's just for me, it's always the release dates. I feel like it was always weird. Like I didn't have a problem with that with Ant-Man, like the first film after Age of Ultron. Like I felt like that was a good like capper for Phase 2. But this, I feel like this being in between Infinity War and Endgame was, I mean, kind of curious why we need it, I feel like this should have been the end of Phase 3, then Spider-Man Far From Home, really. So, that's just me.
Uh,
I mean,
maybe. Well, but I mean, it became really important for the plot of Endgame.
yeah, in game, yeah, that's true. I was like, well, no, like they have to literally rewrite everything
Yeah.
for the sequel. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a valid complaint, but like it's just one. It's like you kind of had to rewatch Phase 3, and the thing is, this film does set up things for Endgame, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big thing. I want to go back to the daughter and father relationship because this part, the Hank and Hope thing is like the weakest for me. It's like third because like this is just the plot really. Like this is the plot that's moving forward. Where the stuff with Bill Foster and the ghost and then Scott and Casey is more personal and feels more developed than this really is for me.
Yeah, I agree. And that was a complaint I had about the first movie too.
Yeah, and I like again we're doing the same thing with Hank. Like, oh, he has big beef with everyone. Like he has always a fallout with everyone, as people have been saying in the second film. And like I can understand that, but like I don't know. Like I need to understand like his ego more and like who he was early on. I feel like to understand that fallout.
Yeah. I just every time I wish we had like a trilogy of Hank Pym Ant-Man movies and then we got Scott Lang.
Yeah, I agree.
But
yeah, I was wondering why they did Scott, but I mean I understand why, but like I don't know, like you couldn't like easily revamp Hank to something different, like Tony Stark is not really somewhat the comic book version. He's completely like a revision of it, basically. Like he doesn't have like the alcoholism, but like it's there, but it's not like as important like the PST thing that he's going to get later on after the Avengers, or like Captain America is somewhat different from comics because he's like a bit more melodrama because he's not yet adjusted with the time, where Chris Evans is more like he's very adjusted with time. It's just he doesn't know like who he should fight, like where he should stand as a hero. Really, that's his main beef, and like especially in the Winter Soldier. And then I mean Thor is just everywhere. I don't know what Thor is now. Yeah. After the fourth film, like he's a god of thunder, so that's consistent. Yeah. So with Hank, I think you could done like a couple of things. Like he could be this very like the Avengers Earth minus Heroes version. Like he could have been this very insecure, passive, right?
Oh, that's my favorite version. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
we've talked about it before, but yeah.
Yeah. I just don't understand why he went with this other direction where he's like this, like crotchety old man. Like he's kind of like Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond, but like not having the depth like that character had in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
So it's just weird. And then there's Hope, who's the Wasp. I like Anniversary Lilly here. I think she's a good actress. I don't know. I don't know. Something about the Wasp I just never got into.
Yeah. I like Janet, but
that's the thing.
I've been able to get into Hope.
Yeah, I like Janet more for like I don't know because Janet has more personality.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I mean I'm not like fond with the Earth's Minus Heroes version, but like at least she has personality and like she loves being a superhero. Like at least you get that contrast from her and from Hank, where here it's like both of them are both scientists. Like I mean, just weird. Where like then we're gonna transition to the villains. I will say that I will agree you. This is better than the first film. Is the villains? I think the villains are better here.
Mhm.
It's not a little jacket situation. I think even was it Walton Goggins' character Sonny Batch, right?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, he's he's like a middle role villain, but like he's serviceable. Um, I think the Bill Foster and Ghost as like the main villains, I feel like they were way more satisfying, and I
Yeah.
really enjoyed them as characters.
Yeah,
What do you
I
think
really
about
hope-
Ghost?
I love Ghost.
Yeah.
Just first, just the visuals of how her powers work are
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I like her relationship with Bill Foster. And I like that she's like incredibly sympathetic. Like, it really felt like the movie didn't really have like a main villain. It just had two groups with like opposing interests.
Yes. Which I think that helped.
Yeah, a lot. I really hope we see her again. Like, I want to know what happened after after the snap. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Because they were supposed to be getting stuff to like help her, like deal with her powers.
Yeah. She is the potential to see in Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, because she's a shield.
Yeah.
She was a shield agent.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like that Valentina probably recruited her as well, just like what she did with Elena and Abomination.
Yeah, and Walker.
Yeah, and Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Walker. And I feel like one of the things that I think she has is this, like, we kept her alive, which is good. She is like an anti-hero. Like, she didn't, like, she wasn't this, genetic business or, like crazy villain, like the Green Goblin from the first one or all that. Like, she was very sympathetic, and I think I wanted to see her more of. And she was definitely comic accurate Ghost, which I like. It was just like the gingerbread, which I'm fine with. So I really dug that. So I hope we see her in Thunderbolts. Like, she is perfect for that team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm I guess the thing I will say I criticize with the opposing team is it was convenient that while the quantum realm, like the team creating the quantum realm tunnel, like she too is having like the ticking bomb of like finding the mom and then she dying, like, is so convenient, and I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I don't think she needed to be like dying. I think just having her like be constantly in pain and then finding out that there's a potential cure for that.
Yes.
Is like enough of a reason to pit them against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she would want to like stop her pain as fast as possible. So I think it still would make sense.
Yeah, and because I saw the film like a couple of times, but like I never saw the beginning, so I was always confused like why like they needed desperately for the lab, and then where like I understood something Batch wanted for some black market profit, whatever. I always felt that was very convenient that like, oh, she's dying, and then we have to find very quickly to find Janet in the quantum realm. It's just like, I don't know, just that's where the plot driven thing gets a little wonky when you see the film. I think it's too weak. And then I guess we'll get into the jokes, because you brought up like some jokes worked, some didn't. I did not care for the like was it the suit that was like malfunctioning.
No, I really like that.
Well, I like to joke about like how was school, and like and then like Hank replied, "Do you want crackers and juice. That was my favorite joke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. Like it just. I don't know. Like I've seen that so many times with superheroes with their malfunctioning tech or like all that. You know.
I guess. Yeah.
Like Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. Like that did such a good job of like manufacturing things in a very cool way. Do you seen that film?
I I don't think I've seen it since it was in theaters.
Okay, so
I remember loving it. Like I love the Mission Impossible movies, but
oh my god, they're amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, just like one thing that's like great comedic timing. Of course, the famous like you accept the mission, and of course Ethan Hunt was in Russia, and like he, I guess the mission's in like this old telephone thing, and he's waiting for the self destruct, but then he walks back and then it doesn't self destruct. It took a couple minutes, and then he bans it, and then it self destruct. Like that's like such a perfect comedic timing of things not being working properly. Here it's kind of like I don't know, like it just felt too what's the word, juvenile for me.
Okay.
Like but I mean I didn't hate it. Like it was fine. But I will say it was convenient that I guess the other joke I didn't like was like Hank destroyed the suit, but he didn't. I don't know. Like I don't understand why Hank was making such a big deal. Like you should be happy you destroyed the suit. And then I don't know.
He was upset when he didn't destroy the suit because that means it would have fallen into the government's hands. And then he was upset when he did destroy the suit because it's like the thing that he worked on his whole life to perfect. And he just destroyed it. I think it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. He has multiple suits. That's the thing. Like, could you just upgrade the other suit you have in your disposal, you know?
Well, the one that he had the broken,
was it? What we
regulator.
Regulator, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like that's just gone too far. Like, I think he could be more like Tony Stark. Like, here's a suit. I can change it. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it'd be perfect. I don't know. It felt unnecessary to do that. Like throughout the film, like he has like this malfunction thing, you know. I will say, my nitpick is definitely, I do miss the creative action of the shrinking. That's something I mean, this film does okay with it, but like they like shrinking down, like shrinking small and large. So many times. I didn't like the first one. The thing I like about the first one was the kinetic action that Edgar Wright did, and like how you saw like Hank going through this like model of the Pym Industries, and like you see the bullet shooting out of it, and then like bam, he hits like too large to be up the two guards. You know, like that kind of action. I wish we had more of that in this film. It just felt very kind of vanilla, really.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the car chases.
Oh yes, I actually do like those cars. Yeah,
like just the one shot that I remember is the Wasp like running on the knife. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, the Kit Kat one I like.
Oh, the Pez.
Yeah, the Pez.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I thought they did a lot of fun things with like making small things bigger in this movie.
Okay.
Like like that one part where they're fighting in the kitchen and Wasp like throws a salt shaker and makes it bigger so it like fills up the doorway. Like
that was good. Yeah.
There was a lot of like I think there was a lot of more creative uses of the like shrinking and growing things in this movie, but the like action sequences themselves were more interesting in the first one.
Okay, man, I need to watch both of these and see. I think because they use more of the stick increase things they have more in this film.
In the first movie it was really just like he would shrink down and then they'd fight that way, which was cool because you like that fight on the toy train thing is fun.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, I agree. That's what was my criticism. It's like that. Like I like that more, and then here they didn't do it as much. But I mean, like the Wasp, I don't expect that because she has wings, and I'm fine with the Wasp actions. They're really good, but the Ant-Man one is one I'm like I really want more of that. The Ant-Man, you know. So yeah, I agree. And then I guess I guess one thing I do appreciate was Luis. I really love him still here, and I do love the ex-con business. That was something I actually enjoy more now, and oh my god, I'm so happy.
Yeah, it worked better in this movie.
Yeah, I mean I didn't mind the flashback fast talk he did here was not my favorite, but like I enjoyed the other stuff around him. Like I love the crew, like I love the Baba Yaga thing. With one of the ex-con members when he said ghost and then he has this story, and I love the music. Does the Mexican thing? It was just funny. I just love that. That was just those words I really love, and and then the True Serum is here as well. Conveniently here, and then I think Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. introduced that.
They had something similar.
Yeah, what was that? Like, it was in season 4?
It's been a while.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while for me. Oh my god. 2 more seasons. Anyway. Around season 3, I think, or 4. They introduced that. But yeah, like, I found, like, that whole side plot was great. I think Luis was a very consistent character. I was happy they got more to do. Especially when he used the shrinking cars driving. Like, that was my favorite part. So I really appreciate that. Okay. So, I guess I want to get into... I guess the other criticism you can... Like, let's get into, like, negatives and criticism. Like, I have, like... This film does have some similarity to the first Ant-Man film. Like, there's like certain jokes they reuse. You know, honestly, the Flash, like Luis telling a story is like the same thing from the first film. And then what else was the the Cassie thing? Like he has some has a the first time Scott gave her this toy, but then it's this ugly monster thing, but she accepted it, and then she did the same thing, but differently, where he gives her the trophy, but you say the greatest grandma, which that was funny. So, that was a fine repeat joke, and then, but then like the part where Hank almost was gonna punch Bill is like the same thing from the first film, and then of course Scott naming the ants. It's like the same thing from the first film. This film has a lot of sequel eyeless syndrome, where it's like Back to the Future 2. Like, okay, you have one new exciting thing, and then a very dark thing, and then they go back to this very familiar thing towards the end, which is kind of like reverse that in the Ant-Man and Wasp film, and it's like. Familiar grounds, and then okay, sending something new here, and then the third act is like completely different than what we have in the first film.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's and in general I feel like this film feels like a 90s film. I think it's kind of like you know how in comedy, these comedies, family father stories like Tim Allen's The Santa Claus or Liar. This has these both films have those kind of 90s feel to it, which I don't have a problem with, because at least I care for Scott, where I do question that with the Santa Claus and Liar, but we're not getting into that. Especially it was weird. I want to get into another similarity, but it was weird. They both criticized the stepfathers, so badly, and like they throw them under the bus, like which this doesn't do, but
No.
like, but it's like it has like a very familiar structure to the '90s of like action family,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like a far extreme to it like back then. And then I guess to get into the other thing, it's this film is very similar to Aquaman. Did you?
I haven't seen Aquaman.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, not to spoil the film for you. Like, there is a plot line for mothers in the film. Well, the difference is this film is like they are trying to find Janet back from the quantum realm. And then the other plot with Aquaman with his mother is very different. It just sets up like the brotherly rivalry of Aquaman and Ocean Master.
Okay.
And and then it kind of explained like the Atlantis political landscape, or whatnot back then. How they are as people. It's more in that line how the Mons like sits in the storyline in Aquaman. And it also had two opposing sides. You got Ocean Master, and then you got a little bit of Black Manta. And yeah, so if you see that film finally, there's like a lot of like just minor similarities to this film.
Okay. Didn't they come out around the same time?
Yeah, that's the thing to say. It came out at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, and weirdly, they have the two Batman actresses being the MacGuffins of the films. Because the mother that's playing Aquaman is Nicole Kidman, and then here is, of course, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. So it's very funny. But let's get back to Ant-Man. I guess that's the thing that's for me disappointing with this film is that the whole movie is about finding Janet. I wish that because we're getting Quantumania, and like they're saying they're going to focus on they're going to go into the quantum realm. I really wish that was this film, and not this well, I mean, first off, we get Janet right away, but like like everything's about the lab, like catching the lab and then trying to get Janet out of the quantum realm. Like I was hoping like we just go into the quantum realm and do more stuff with that, because it's like it's so untapped, because like I don't understand what's going on with that. Like, is it like the negative zone, or like is it a dimension or something like that? Like we don't get any explanations to this weird like 60s dimension. It's just I was very disappointed that like the whole plot was like just that, and that's where I say the bland storyline is like so well executed. It's like, why?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. Because especially Michelle Pfeiffer, I really like her casting here, and apparently they were trying to get her for the first film. Like they were like their first pick, and they didn't know if they were going to get her. So that's why like it was awkward in the first film. They covered her face in that picture. It really showed that they were like Michelle Pfeiffer was like their main cast. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know why they I mean, she's a great actress, but I don't know why you need to pick her. Like, could have been other actresses, but I don't know.
Yeah, I remember Michael Douglas saying he wanted to get Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, I think she could have been a good choice too as Jan.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, she has like the hair, like you can see her, the hair being similar to Angelina Lilly. Yeah, oh my god, twisting tongue. But yeah, I'm happy Michelle Pfeiffer has come back for this real stuff, because she's great, and I mean, of course, if you've seen Batman Returns, she's amazing in that film. But not the film. The film is really weird and disturbing. Yeah. Anyway,
but her in it, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, her in it is great, but around her, It's another her story. But you can listen to that in my podcast of Batman Returns. Okay, so we got that. What do you have? Do you have other points that we haven't covered? Um, I guess what was something that um we need to address for this film? I Another similar thing. Aquaman was the end, doing the drum towards the end. We have that in the Aquaman film, but it's with the octopus, and that's more cooler. Just saying.
Okay.
Yes, and he's the octopus is an actual character from the DC comics, Will, and you will like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Very fun. It's funny for her fan like this. Oh my god, it's just so it's like the Mad Max Fury War, where you see the guy doing the guitar flaming thing. It's literally that. Oh my god, awesome. Yeah. So but yeah, I guess to wrap things up, we mentioned the third film, and I guess I'm happy they're going to go big, because I feel like Peyton Reed is a good director, and despite my quibbles for this film and the first film, I think he's a very confident director, and I feel like he feels he has that energy and that that superhero love he has, because I like his idea for the supposed Fantastic Four film he did long time ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like he really injects that in these Ant-Man films, which I like.
Yeah, and I think the first one, he was picking up the pieces that Edgar Wright left behind, and you could tell that it was kind of messy. But this one, he got to plan everything from the beginning, and it came out as a much more cohesive movie.
Film.
Yeah. So no, definitely excited for more from him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very excited to see Kane again. So I'm very curious about that. And then of course, Mordok coming into the film.
Yeah, that was confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah. Very curious that apparently this week there was a poster of the character, there was an official poster, and it's pretty on point. It's just there's something they did. They covered his face apparently.
That's.
I mean,
maybe it's just for the poster, because they haven't announced
who's playing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories about that. There's one that's connected to the first film. And I know Bill Murray's character is not that. That's another one I'm excited for. Is that at least they're addressing there's life in the quantum realm. So I'm excited because apparently Bill Murray had helped Giant in the quantum realm 30 years of surviving. So I'm very curious to get more of that information, because it was weird. That's another one that's weird. A criticism. How did she survive that for all those 30 years? How she got herself clean with clothing? How did she eat and that's also another thing that was weird about seeing this film with the Wasp, the original. So it was really weird. But yeah. So and then Cassie as the replacement. I hope they don't do the very Bear King daughter-father relationship. I hope their relationship is still the same the first two. I hope.
Me too.
I don't know, but we'll see. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. But I'm excited for the third film. I don't know about tone. I mean, the beginning of Phase 5 should be serious, and I mean, I hope they don't lean too much Guardians Volume 2 or something like that, or Iron Man 2 level of bad, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So, because already Phase 4 has been mixed. I just hope Phase 5 starts strong and then ends strong.
Me too. Yeah.
So I just hope so. But Any more to say, Will? Do you have any points we should address?
I guess the like romance between Scott and Hope was a little better in this one.
Okay.
Which, like, I'm not saying it was good, but the first one set a low bar, and then this one cleared that.
Yeah. Oh, that one for me. That's like a '90s thing. The relationship, like that's what I mean. Like '90s feel. It's like their relationship is like oh my god, it's like Ghostbusters 2, like with Bill Murray and the Scoring Weaver's character. Like they falling apart from that 5 year gap, and then they like conveniently come back, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's like really actually it wasn't bad like the '90s films, you know, like they had reasons to be angry at Scott. And Scott was very genuine sorry, like he constantly say sorry, so like it wasn't like bad. With this rewatch I had, it wasn't bad, but like it was kind of like can we get past this, you know? So but yeah, the chemistry was good. I hope to see them more together in the next film, because I didn't like that we dust the Wasp in the post credit scene or the mid credit scene. I wish she was there with him in Endgame, but what are you gonna do, you know? So but yeah. But what else? I guess it was cool to see Hank Pym with a suit. That was good too. So
yeah, no, I love that.
Yeah. So but yeah, it's this year's the 60th anniversary of Ant-Man, and he has 2 films, which is crazy. He's gonna have a proper trilogy. So that's great for him. So but yeah. So any more let's say for this second film? I think.
No, that's it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for our next adventure is definitely She-Hulk. I mean, She-Hulk is the next thing. I'm very excited for that. Like I don't know, you seen the full show of Daredevil yet? Like, oh my god, I need to see that now. It's just I'm like this close of dying. Yeah, so that was going to be our next podcast when we get to that. Will, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Of course, just stay tuned when the next available podcast will be coming soon. Have a good Monday, everyone, or well, have a good week.